I love getting into the equipment side. I love the fact that, as you guys probably know, you've heard over if you watch the show with any regularity, Fairways of Life show is sold out, and we've got people coming to us often trying to get on the show because they know it's the largest golf news and talk show in the world because of how it's syndicated and where it's available, and the fact that it's an independent program, that it doesn't belong to a major media entity, even though we use major media entities for our distribution. So who we align ourselves with is really important to me. It's fundamental to what we do. And being aligned with Ben Hogan Golf means so much. The things that I love about it are the obvious ones, right? The first one, which is you're dealing with the legacy of Ben Hogan. And it is a stewardship for the company to have that name, to have that brand, and to continue to carry it into the marketplace because it carries Ben Hogan's name on it, just like it did from when he started the company back in 1953. One of the most iconic golfers of all time. The fact that Mr. Hogan had a near-fatal car accident that he came back from and won 6 of his 9 major championships after the accident, that he was the first guy as a professional to hold 3 of the 4 major championships and couldn't go for the Grand Slam because the scheduling of the 2 majors were too close to each other, being the PGA and the Open when he won it at Carnoustie. There's so much about Ben Hogan that makes him stand out as completely unique in the spectrum of the all-time greats, the pantheon of those who would sit at that level in the game of golf. So it means something. And I know it means, I've said this to you guys a million times, I talk about it almost every day, that I know it means something when you put a Ben Hogan a piece of golf equipment into your golf bag, whether it's a set of irons, whether it's a wedge, whether it's a putter or a hybrid or fairway metal or driver, whatever it is, that there's pride associated with that. But the way that Ben Hogan Golf decided to structure their business also was as unique as that man. It is direct to you. So that when you're talking to your buddies, you can tell them in all earnest that your tour truck is actually Ben Hogan Golf. It is a direct relationship. And because it's a direct relationship, that a name like Ben Hogan, that deserves to be the most elite golf equipment in the entire industry, and I'm talking about pricing, etc., it isn't, because the relationship is direct. They don't have all those layers of overhead. It's absolutely a brilliant business model. And for all those reasons and many, many more, we love to be associated with Ben Hogan Golf. Simon Millington is joining me right now. And Simon is the president and the CEO of Ben Hogan Golf, and of course some other company, Golf Brands, Inc. I love catching up with Simon for no other reason to see how he's doing, but also because Ben Hogan Golf has come out with some really cool products of late that we've had a chance to talk to you about, but it's nothing like hearing it from the man himself. Simon, how are you, my friend? How's the season going for you?
Really good, thank you. Yeah, it's
good.
It's been a bit of an adventure this year, but it's been very good. Yeah, it's a lot happening, and all the new ranges out for the Ben Hogan line this year, which has been really well received. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun this year.
Well, why don't we start with the irons, Simon, if you don't mind, and talk about the iron offerings that you have, including those new offerings, and how, I mean, again, it almost sounds cliche to say you have something for everyone, but with the breadth and width of the line and the incredible technology and the beauty of the design and engineering that you've incorporated, you really do have clubs that are going to fit a very, very wide desire.
Yeah, that's right. So if you like, sort of the clubs which Ben Hogan will be always forever most famous for is obviously Players Clubs, and the new Fort Worth irons, the Muscle Back and the Cavity Back, the MB and the CB, have been incredibly well received. They perform incredibly well. The ceramic matrix composite inside them, where it allows us to move the moment of inertia on every iron, has been game-changing. It's game-changing technology. And to put it into a forged iron, it's so exciting. It makes them easier to hit, but you still get that incredible playability and feel that you would expect. The ability to play shots, to shape the ball, to control the flight, and that is, you know, incredible. So you're getting the benefits of sort of modern technology, but still with sort of Mr. Hogan's legacy of the fine piece of jewelry, and, you know, a golf club for really, you know, in the MB, obviously for the low handicap for the good players, for the CB for the, you know, the high handicappers, or the, you know, the middle handicappers. And then we go into the Legend iron, which is a foamed field iron, fantastic to use, very easy to hit, you know, again, modern technology. And then we have the M50, which is, you know, sort of a distance iron, a bit of help with the cavity, but again, forged, beautifully milled. So just a really nice lineup of irons that have been so well, you know, they were so well received.
Yeah, you look at these
Ultimately
photos, Simon, they're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous look.
Yeah, and it's nice, you know, we've been doing as well in the CB and the MB, we do a combo set. So for the players who want that MB sort of in 8 to wedge, and then they want a bit more assistance in the longer irons. But, you know, you've got that great looking iron still. When you look down on the CB, you won't, you know, it doesn't look like a cavity back, a big cavity back. It's still got that really good top line, and still the feel that you'd expect from a, you know, premium forged iron.
Beautiful. The PTX metalwoods are looking gorgeous as well. Could you talk to us about what your new offering is there?
Yeah, so we've got the PTX Max and the PTX Low Spin for the faster swing speeds. Again, beautifully designed, carbon crown, adjustable that you would expect. Choice of shafts. You know, when you place your order, you can choose an array of shafts and grips. So we build everything in America. So whatever you need, you know, we've got an offering for you there. You can see. So it's got this, the you know, the famous sort of Ben Hogan speed slot there, actually in carbon this time, but so taking some weight out there, a bit more aerodynamic for a bit more club head speed. So some sort of, you know, DNA of Ben Hogan that remains in there, but with modern technology. So we, you know, we love trying to merge those two together to, you know, the legacy is important, but obviously we have to be at the top of the game in terms of performance. So, you know, in these clubs, we think we've done that pretty well.
No, there's no doubt about that. How about the fairway metals in the technology? I realize there's some technology that runs through the entirety of the family, but what about the fairway metals as a product area?
Again, yeah, you know, it's fantastic performance. Very, you know, looks like a beautiful, you know, again, a beautiful golf club. But again, the technology, we've moved some weight back, make it more user friendly. It's still, you know, it's designed for every golfer in you know, with the woods. But again, beautiful technology, sits behind the ball very cleanly and square. And, you know, we put what was really great for us this year is throughout all the woods, you know, the driver, the fairway, the hybrids, we 3D printed everything for sampling. So, and with that, you wouldn't know that it's not, you know, a normal club, but it is a normal club. It's fully pliable. And what it allows us to do is modify the shape as we go along. I'm really fussy on drivers. So I think we did 3 or 4 versions of the driver before we got the shape quite right. Whereas normally when you would do that sort of thing, you would, you know, you would tool it all up and then you're kind of a little bit committed at that time. You know, you've invested a lot of money, but with the 3D printing, what it allows you to do is to, you know, tinker with the shape, get it right. It took us longer, but we, you know, we wanted to get it right. Got the shape right. You can go out and try them and play them and test them. So that's great. And, you know, that took all the way through fairways and hybrids. And, you know, I'm one of the first version of the 3D printed hybrid I'm still using. You wouldn't, it's, you know, it's a completely normal golf club. It's just the way it's done.
Fascinating. When you say you can take them out and try them and play them, I do want to talk to you about the relationship between you and your end consumer, the people who are seeking Ben Hogan golf equipment. How is it done? How easy is it to do it? And what options do people have to put your clubs in play?
So, yeah, if you go onto benhogangolf.com, we have a trial program, so you can order a 7-iron and we'll ship that out to you. So you can, if you want to try before you buy, same with the woods hybrids, whatever you want, you can have a club to your specifications, go out, try it. And then once you've done that, or if you're ready to go, and you know, a lot of people sort of know their specs, and you know, we have a lot of loyal Ben Hogan followers who, you know, they trust the brand and trust what we're doing, and they know their specs, so they'll come on and say, right, I want. So you can go on there, you can order the loft, the lie you want, The shafts, we've got an array of shaft options in steel and graphite. Same runs all the way through the wedges, the putters. Everything we're doing is we're building it here in the US. So yes, it's not. You're not going to get it the next day because we're going to build the club to your specifications. But we work to about a week, 10-day turnaround mostly. We're forever trying to recruit more people into the assembly team. But it's everything is built. There's nothing sitting there in stock ready to go. It's literally to your specs. And then, like I say, we've got some really top quality people building. So they'll do the adjustments. They'll do, if you want it a little bit stronger, a little bit weaker, whatever you need, they're experts to do it. And obviously being forged in the irons, it makes it that much easier to do that well.
See, this goes to what I was saying at the start of this segment. With Ben Hogan Golf, and you just heard Simon talking about it, if there are particular specs you need, they're going to make sure that you get them. They are literally your tour truck, and your tour truck is Ben Hogan Golf. What Simon was describing there, if you're a person that doesn't know specifically what's best for you, they'll work with you as finding that, to find out exactly what those spectrums of technology are for you as well. It's all there available. Simon, what I love is that you called the product jewelry. I think that was one of the most apt descriptions I've ever heard for the product, because you're talking about massive technology, design engineering for maximum performance, but it's built in a package that truly is art. It truly is a jewelry. And then you said another word too that's really resonating with me right now. You used the word legacy, because legacy talks to what you're doing as a company in keeping alive the Ben Hogan brand, and it also speaks to, I think, the aspirations for the people that play Ben Hogan golf equipment, for the legacy that was Ben Hogan's, but for the legacy that they are hoping to establish in their own game, to play their very, very best in whatever the majors are of their particular life. So for all of that, my friend, thank you very much for everything that you and your family are doing. We're super excited about it, and we are very, very proud to represent the brand.
Thank you, Matt. We appreciate it. It was lovely working with you.
It's good to see you again, my friend. If you need anything from us at any time, please indeed let us know. And that extends for all of you too. BenHoganGolf.com. Please log on there. Just take the time, even if you're not thinking of doing something currently, take the time to peruse. It's like, to me, it's like walking through a museum. Take the time to peruse and see what's out there and start to get an understanding of product areas that are available to you that you may not be considering. Because remember, we just touched on the metalwoods and the irons, two huge categories for Ben Hogan, but they fill in every part of your golf bag, including the golf bag itself. It is all available through BenHoganGolf.com if you get a chance to log on.